Hi, I'm Steve Rowe, CEO at Oaknoll. I'm recording this video the afternoon of Thursday, February 1st, and it will be uploaded and available to you later today. The COVID update will be very quick. Last week, Kim reported that we had one case in independent living, one case in the health center, and one staff member out. I'm happy to tell you that as of this moment, I am not aware of any positive COVID cases throughout our entire community. So no residents and no staff that we are aware of right now. Hopefully when Kim records next week, she'll be able to continue with that very positive message. I also want to follow up on the leaks in the roof that Kim talked about last week. This is in the Central building and the Oakcrest building. As the large snowfall melted and was helped along with some rain, we did have a number of leaks in those two buildings. Our Assistant Director of Building and Grounds, Ross Williams, worked with a company called Dry Space to patch as many of the holes as we could find for where water was coming in. We think that we've gotten them, but we won't really know for sure until the next rainfall happens. So hopefully we've solved the problem and will get us through until springtime. Ultimately, we will be looking at new roofs for both of those buildings. That's something that we were hoping to avoid as we were contemplating potentially replacing those buildings over the next few years. But with as many leaks as we had this last time, just continue to patch is not a viable option. I do remember very clearly in my first or maybe second year working at Oaknoll, which would have been back in 1999 or 2000, that we had a similar issue with the Central building. We invested in a new roof and spent a lot of money for that new roof back in 1999 or 2000. We've certainly gotten our money's worth from that roof, but it is now 23 years later and probably time for another new roof for both of those buildings. So as soon as weather allows, we will be pursuing that option. We've got Greg currently trying to get quotes from the company to tell us what the cost of doing those replacements will be. But it will be expensive, no doubt, but just something that we have to invest in. When I recorded my video a couple of weeks ago, we had just obtained city approval for the rezoning request at 1201 West Benton. I shared with you that our next step was going to be submitting a letter into the state requesting a waiver of the moratorium on new nursing home beds. Last week while I was away, Kim did send that letter. And we know that they have received it. It has been acknowledged that they have it, but we do not have any indication when they will actually act on that letter. Hopefully it will be relatively soon and it will be a positive response that they will accept a request for new nursing home beds. We'll just need to keep you updated as we have more information, but that is the most current. The letter requesting the waiver has been submitted and we are just waiting for action on the state's part at this point. Kim mentioned the snow that we had a couple of weeks ago and how much snow that was, and that it feels like a very long time since we've had that level of snowfall all at once. And I really just want to give special thanks to our maintenance team for all of the work that they did at all hours of the day and night to try to keep our sidewalks and driveways clear as much as was possible. It felt like a never-ending battle, I know for me at home anyway, and I'm sure when you're faced with all of the parking lots and things that we have, and just to keep having that snow coming down, it's like it was a struggle for a little while. But our team did a great job. Thank you to everybody who was out there in the cold and the snow trying to keep everybody safe and the sidewalks and driveways cleared. Lastly, I want to tell you a little bit about my vacation. Kim Herring will put up a picture here of kind of the view that I had for most of last week. And I also want to thank Kim and Retha and Darcy for covering for me while I was away on vacation. This picture is the view from the beach in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. We checked into a resort on Friday, January 19th. That particular resort had actually just opened the previous Monday. So we were there on day 4 or 5 of their new building. And there were some challenges related to new construction, as there always is, but the people were absolutely fantastic, very friendly, wanted to do everything they could to make sure that every guest had a great experience, and it was just a great time. Both April and I got to spend our birthdays playing in the ocean and laying on the beach and laying at the pool. I read a lot, I slept a lot. I actually finished 3 books while I was away, slept a lot, felt very relaxed coming back, and if you see me, try to help me remember not to have my shoulders be up here, but to have them be down here. That's how I was when I got back from vacation and how I would like to be. So hope you're all doing well. We will talk with you again in a couple of weeks.